Oh, why hello there, and welcome to another live stream, and I'm just gonna say hi, hello. This is a bit of a different stream than I've done. I mean, it's similar to what I've done before, but, different at the same time. And I was also panicking a little bit right before the, start of the stream here, as the stream was starting, I wasn't able to find the stream on my phone. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then I realized the stream wasn't listed, so that was fun. Anyhow, what we're doing today, as I said, we're doing something a bit different. So, I guess in order to explain what's going on, I should really just show what's going on. So basically, the premises of this stream is that there is a bug that exists in Minecraft, which has apparently existed since 1.9. It specifically is MC 103171. Let's see, when was it submitted? It was submitted in 2016. June 7th, 2016 is when this bug was submitted. And the Minecraft server failed to boot up. What is the problem here? Here's the thing, I'm trying to show what the issue is, and it got a file. Got an error, which is great. So hang on. Let me not be too boring here. Let's see what the error is. Let's see, format. Try to access a method. Are in unnamed modules of fabric. I am very confused as to what is going on here. I swear I booted the server up before the stream and it worked. I mean, it was giving me, hold up, it is giving me a thing here. Yeah, no, that's just displaying the specific file. I did move around on my drive the position of this project, but I don't really think that should do anything. So I'll reload Gradle here. Make sure that built, and I'll try running this again. Thing is, I just downloaded and created this project as well, so failing again. Why? This stream is off to a great start, guys. I have no clue as to why it would be failing like this. Alright, so I think I have an alternative way to show what this issue is. So I'll just hop onto Coolcraft here quickly. Oh yeah, video came out today, make sure you watch it. So I can, I guess, show you what this is, because we do have something on the server which can show you. I don't know what these lag spikes are. That's a little bit concerning. Anyhow, wait, is it in here where it found it? Yes, it is. Okay, so I also need to then go over to Tyler's base to steal an item from him to show what's going on with this bug, which I'm trying to hopefully fix today, if I can get the whole server thing working. Actually, I have an idea besides just completely recreating the project that I can do to maybe fix it, but first I will show what the issue is. Okay. Yeah, this random stuttering. So, I don't know what it is that's causing this, but something is causing this random stuttering. I recently reinstalled Sodium, because I hadn't had it installed for a while, but I was getting some weird issues in it without Sodium, where I was just getting extreme lag around some observers. So I reinstalled Sodium, that seemed to fix the issue, but then it has this problem where it's just lagging, which, to be clear, that has nothing to do with the bug that we're trying to fix it. Now, let's see, where can I find this item that I'm after? It's not in there. Well, he had plans for some episodes. Where's his, that's, random crap chest. I'll just go through these one by one. Oh, hang on, there's stuff over here. Oh, there's a lot of miscellaneous item chests. Oh, and he's filled them up to various proportions. Ah, that's it. Okay, so these two books are seemingly the same here. This one I believe is mine, and you'll see the second page looks like this. Welcome JST Cool to Coolcraft. This is what it's supposed to look like, albeit this being the name of whatever user was specifically opening this up. And this is what it looks like for Tyler when he opened the book. So as I mentioned, this is what, MC 103171. And basically, from what I've seen, the issue with this is that if you're not an operator, you open a book that is supposed to have fancy formatted text to do something like this, you'll get this. What? This. And yeah, that is what I'm going to try and fix today. So let's go back to my face here in a second. So actually, what I guess I could do, I want to actually show you this glitch working live, which is why I was trying to boot up that server with the mod there, but it's not even my mod issue, it's just Minecraft apparently being a complete and total issue. Oh, okay, this thing is still very laggy. I don't know why Sodium just does this for me after a while. Is it my texture packs? Is it the memory leak with some other mod that I have? Testing is also, whatever is causing my issue here would be very problematic, as it takes like 12 hours at least for this to happen, so it's like 12 hours without a mod. So yeah, I'm going to try deleting the project configuration files and see if that fixes my issue here. We'll see if that works. There's potentially other configuration files that I could delete and although I could imagine, because I moved the project with this project files, that the project files themselves were pointing to locations that didn't exist, and that was causing a weird error where it couldn't invoke some method somewhere. Anyhow, yeah, it is now reloading. Okay, reload IntelliJ, close project, open project, Minecraft server. As otherwise, the server configuration I think should be fine. All right, let's just let it run here quickly. I guess it has to build the project first. Okay, that was it. Just straight up reload the project configuration files. All right, so this is effectively a vanilla server for Minecraft 1.20.4. Oh, wait, it's not up yet. Whoops. All right, there we go. So this is effectively a vanilla server for just 20.4. All right, here I am. Yeah, it's a vanilla server. This is actually a completely vanilla instance of Minecraft. As you can see, it's no asterisks up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move Minecraft over there a little bit so that I can tab back and forth between things pretty easily. So I'm going to copy this command here. Going to go back to IntelliJ, paste this in the console. Mind you, I'm not currently opt. All right. So now I have this item here. Wow, the UI scale. Why is it so small? Did I resize this accidentally? Oh, where is GUI scale? GUI scale's on auto. Do I just have to like... There it goes. That's what I'm used to. Okay. This is an issue. Say op. If I op my account here, just op everyone. That'll do it. And then I go back to Minecraft here. I can pand in once again. I'm going to put myself in creative mode so I don't die or anything here. Ooh, this is a nice seed. Ooh, got a... Wow, okay, this is a seed. Decent spawn here. But of course it is just random. So yeah, this was the original book. And this is what it's supposed to look like. So we're going to try fixing that issue. Actually, I'm going to get a command block and paste the command in there just so I don't have to keep going into the console to give myself that book. Boop, place that down, paste that in, click done. We'll grab a button. And that is that. All right. So, oh crap, it closed all my preparations, damn it. Because I had to reload the project, all my open files, of course, got stuff. So this is just a blank fabric mod here, basically. You know, we got your basic mod initialize file, doesn't do anything but say hello fabric world currently. And now I'm going to find the files that I need to find for, let's see. Alright, let's go into Minecraft here. We're gonna need to go to item. Like, I had actually prepared stuff for the stream. Too bad that didn't pan out for me. Written book item. That's one of the two classes that I think we're gonna need to investigate. Oh, that was a little bit too far. And the other one's gonna be in server network. Server player entity. Alright. So starting in written book here, we can go down and find the use method here, which gets triggered when you actually try to open the book. So basically we'll seeing what happens here. First thing is we just get the actual instance of the book itself. And then we tell the player, which just did that stuff, to use the book. And because that's a player entity, there are two types of player entities that exist in Minecraft. There's the server player entity and the client player entity. All things considered, what we are concerned with, I believe, is we're not concerned with the actual rendering. We're concerned with the actual processing of the contents of the book. We're going to be concerned with the server. So we're going to have to find the use book method in server player entity here. Oh yeah, Control F. There it is. Alright, so also we'll stop the server here as it's not in debug mode. Alright, so the use book method here is pretty simple. So first we check if it's a written book for some reason. Interesting. I'm kind of concerned about that. Anyhow. Anyhow, sorry about that. I have to blow my nose here. Then we're going to go back to the written book item class and call this method resolve. Where we send in the book itself, because it's a static method, the player command source, and I'm thinking this has a lot to do with the issues that we're having here, and then the reference to the player themselves. If so, and if resolve returns true, we send content, or we get whatever the screen handler is and send content updates, which is probably actually resolving selectors and shit. And then we tell the actually tell the clients, I guess, to open the book on the client's side of things. So we need to go check out this resolve method. Alright, this is a bit more substantial here. So first things first. Now we actually get the NBT data of the book. If the NBT compound exists and is not resolved, so if the NBT data for the book exists and the book has not been resolved, then we set resolve to true, or we validate the NBT compound. If it's not valid, we bail. Otherwise, if it is valid, we get the pages of the book, and then we go through each page and we run this method text to JSON on the contents of each page. Now I'm thinking we're sending in the command source here, so that's a pretty good idea. This method might be what's causing us issues. And also because we're going through each page and only the specific page with the selector gets messed up and all the other pages work just fine. So I'm assuming text to JSON is probably the method that we're going to need to be concerned with. Yeah, so it does this for all the pages. Basically, I think this is just validating that all the pages exist correctly. And then it does if the NBT contains filtered pages. I don't know what filtered pages are. But it once again runs text to JSON. on whatever the contents of this is, and it bounce checks it. I guess it bounce checks it up here as well. It does a little bit. I don't know actually what the heck it does. I mean, I guess this is getting extra text based off of a key from the compound. Anyhow, I think the result is pretty similar. Yeah, and then it just returns that. So the next thing I think we have to look at is this text to JSON method here, which is in the same file. It's right at the bottom as well. All right, so creates a text object, so that's probably pretty good sign. The first thing okay, so we enter a try block. The first thing it does, object to a serial let's see, what is it? Serialization dot from lenient JSON. So it serializes the text, the input text, to a lenient version of JSON. I don't know what the heck that means. And that's what the text is. That's what it initially sets it to. And then I don't know why it does this, because you see, this doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know. This might just be some sort of, actually, this might be a way that it can format check the JSON, because it doesn't make sense that they would otherwise, or yeah, it seems like some sort of like format parsing, because it doesn't make sense why, although it still doesn't make sense why they actually assign it to something, considering the very next line is reassigning it. And if it fails either way, it gets assigned once again. But I'm assuming I'm assuming this line is probably more where the problem is. Texts parse, sending in the command source oh no, that's why. Okay, this gets passed in. Okay, that makes more sense now. The player themselves gets passed in as well, and apparently whatever depth is gets set to 0. And then if any of this fails, so we will probably have to, I mean, text.parse seems like what we're going to have to dig into, as that's where the command source is being sent. And I just have a feeling, I actually don't know this, I have a feeling that the command source has something to do with it. But yeah, if there's any exception gets thrown from either of these methods, then the result is just the literal of whatever it was, which happening. And then we just to JSON string the result of the text of whatever text 2 ends up being at the end. So, actually, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to, instead of just digging into this further, I want to confirm first that we are getting some sort of error right here. And the way I think to do that is going to be create a mixin to be able to get our own data from this method. So we're going to get new Java class here, call it written book mixin. I actually am starting to realize I do not remember how to do this very well for mixins. I also realize I do not have the Fabric documentation open, so I can find the proper injection site for this mixin. Actually, does the... No, written this class. So, what is this? Can I... Is there an option here for me to just make a mixin out of this? Probably not. So I'm going to 20.4, don't want the latest snapshot, want 20.4, Java doc. Okay. What written book item? Let's see. Method. Text. And then we take... I might need to go looking into other mods I've made to remember how to do this. Okay, take this mixin selector here. Actually, yeah, hold up. I am going to have to, so look, we're gonna go here, we're gonna paste in that. That is going to be useful in a moment. And then I'm going to have to, hold up, just gonna go back to my face. So look into mixins that I've made for other mods to remember how to make a mixin, because I deleted the one that existed here. And yeah, that was not a good idea. Let's see, is it in this folder? No. That's, well, there are mods here, none that I've made. Oh no, there is one that I made. Wait, this one doesn't use mixins though. Okay, that one's on my desktop. Okay, pad plus plus. We need written, so mixin of written book item.class. That is what we do that there, and then we say coming into the class body at method equals, and then I believe this long ass string here, and I believe we actually have to enclose it in a string. So, and then we go comma at equals at h head, and we get that, and that is that line. So we go private void, and then there's going to be text to JSON, and then we parameters. So we're just gonna do this. We call back info CI. All right. Shrink this a bit over here on the side. All right, this should be the don't need this comment anymore because we've gotten that down. All right, this should be our mixin set up here. So this method should oh, sorry. So this method should then get run whenever this method here runs for any reason. So the way we can actually get this is we can go fix books. So fix books.logger.info text to JSON. We're just so far we're just gonna do this just so that we can make absolute sure that that what we're doing is working. So we're gonna load this thing up, this time on a debug. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, specifically, we're loading this up on a debug. Come on, you're gonna. There we go. Draft server. All right. Did not save. Is it still on my clipboard? No. Of course it is. Of course, it didn't actually enter for that command, so we'll just done. Oh, command blocks are disabled. We will have to restart the server once again because I forgot to edit server.properties to say that, hey, command blocks are enabled. Let's try that again, this time with the command block system actually working as intended. All right. Connect to the world. We are opt, so it worked correctly. Myself. And, right. I was trying to get it to print shit out. And I was not getting any log messages. Is my Minecraft development plugin even working here? Hold up. Let me check. I don't remember where plugins are. Is that file settings? Plugins. Ah. Okay, well, I'm going to then go to my face while I install the Minecraft development plugin. It wants me to restart. Okay, well, I'm going to then go to my face while I install the Minecraft development plugin. That will give me some sort of... Not getting anything for... Whoa. Whoa, okay. Oh god. I don't know if this is my... Oh. Okay. I am dropping frames like crazy. Okay, so we appear to, if you can hear me, because I'm not even sure if you can, just note that, yeah, we appear to be experiencing some issues, and, yeah, OBS is telling me that we're, and the connection ain't too good. Okay, maybe it's better now. I hope it is. That looked really weird from what I was seeing. Hopefully we're back, because I feel like I am... Oh, I don't know why I just did that. Okay, I just told it to run the server again for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but hey, we're back with the content now. So let's just make sure. Oh yeah, I guess when adding, oh, I know why it didn't work, and it won't work this time either. So we're just gonna yoink that down there. Yeah, I did go to the right place, but it's because I didn't add it to mix to the mixins.json file. That's why it wasn't working. I forget. I always forget when doing stuff with mixins that I actually have to tell it like where to find the mixins that I want to actually use, because Fabric is a pretty smart mod loader from my experience. Like, it can figure out a bunch of stuff on its own, but it still needs you to tell it stuff. Like, it's not going to just go scanning all your classes to see if they happen to have the mixin annotation. And heck, maybe you wanted to have a mixin disabled for reasons, and I did it wrong. Invalid injection exception. Oh no. Well, if handler method does not match target in per inject applicator phase. From mod prepare injections. Wow, this is a long error. So did I do something incorrectly here then? So hang on. So this is the correct class, and this method is correct as far as I can tell. It is static, but that I don't think that changes anything. Like, in terms of this injection target here, I copied this right off of the oh, that's what I want to. No suggestions. The thing is, I copied this. Oh, maybe we need this to also be static. That might be the case. Let's try that. Good. It says static modifier does not match target. So we'll try this again. This time as static as possible. Hopefully. Nope, that didn't work. I'm now concerned. Can you not apply mixins to static methods? Because like here's the thing, I went to the documentation on the Fabric website, the Fabric's documentation for this method, and I copied the mixin mappings, or the mixin selector for this. Maybe I need to specify the nullability of this, but it was saying something about static. Well, so I'm gonna just make sure I got all of these selectors correct, or all the information about this stuff correct. But yeah, it says invalid injection, invalid descriptor. So it said that it's saying that, callback info returnable is required. Oh, that's why. It wants me to use this class for the return, or for the callback, instead of just general callback info. Because I guess this method, that was it, dang it, that was it. I think, hang on, no, it would be after this. Okay, that was it. Yeah, okay, this does return something. Right? I mean, yeah, duh. That was the wrong class. Yeah, it returns a string. So, yeah, duh. Wow, that was incredibly dumb of me. But yeah, it does, I mean, I guess I didn't remember what it was. But yeah, it does return something, so obviously it has to have a returnable callback info thing. Anyhow, so now, hold up. We need a new book. Needs to not be resolved yet. Bam. Text to JSON. There it goes. Cool. All right. We got the mixin working, guys. That was only a very small part of the actual challenge with this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to straight up copy the contents of this method over to the mixin here. I'm going to rearrange some stuff. This doesn't need to be there. All right. So we're going to do this. This return is not where we need to do the... What? Do I have to specify that it's a string, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but... Okay, but that is the return type. CI dot set return value. It's kind of weird that... Just comment that out. All right, so this will function functionally the same, but we're setting the return value here because this is a string. Yeah, string right there. But then we're gonna go CI dot, because this is how the callback is how we actually interact or make our method directly interact with the existing functions. Because as it currently sits, the game is going to run this code here because we're injecting at the head, and then it's going to run the actual in-games implementation. No, we don't want it to do that. We want it to just like stop right here. So I believe there's a way to do that. It might be the cancel method. I'm thinking it's the cancel method. I think I've looked this up, and I think cancel does prevent it from actually going further and running more stuff. Let's see, is there any documentation attached to this? But look, we canceled. Description copied from if the object is cancelable, cancels the object implement. Wow. Okay, so it cancels further events, I'm guessing, because this is a terrible description here. But anyhow, that's not really what we're here to look at or do. Yeah, it is kind of being like, hey, you could assert that that's not null, but we're catching any exceptions anyway, so that's kind of dumb. What we want to do is going to do fixbooks.logger.error. See, failed to exception, colon, and then I believe we can just include, I'm gonna rename this to E. I don't know why the decompiler decided to name that var5 instead of just its exception. Name it E. That's what is generally done by people. Anyhow, so now, I think I can just straight up reload this without restarting. Correct. I hope that actually makes the mixins apply. Hopefully. Anyhow, so the server's now been reloaded. Obviously, my client is fully vanilla here. So now, it did not reload the mixin. We actually have to restart the game. We have to restart the server in order to restart in order to actually reload the mixin content. Which I guess, okay, that kind of makes sense actually. Because what the mixin library does is it takes the Java code you write here, and when the game starts up, I believe, it does bytecode editing on the game's classes to incorporate the code that has been written by mods. Like this. So that's kind of why it makes sense. Because yes, it was able to recompile this Java code, but the actual code that runs to take this compilation of Java code and insert it elsewhere into other code doesn't actually hasn't actually happened on reload. So perhaps we don't need this book. Give me new book. Bam. It didn't open the book, which is a little bit concerning, but we did get a nice healthy stack trace. Failed to exception. Command syntax exception. Selector not allowed. Failed to handle packet suppressing error. Okay, this is the one that I kind of wanted it to print out. But this... Oh, the call to text.json is not cancelable. That's probably why. So it's not cancel that we can do. Right, so cancel does not... So cancel is not the right... is not correct. Is there any way I can prevent it from actually returning? Because apparently I can't cancel it, which is hence this error here. I can't cancel that for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, well, anyhow, this here, I was hoping that it would, when it was printing out this error, it would actually go deeper and actually show me a stack trace of the error instead of just being like, we got a bigger error. But anyhow, that does give me, this is the cause of the whole problem here. Selector is not allowed. So now we have to go a bit deeper and figure out why it's not allowed, and how we could potentially remedy this issue so that it functions as expected. And I believe that would happen here, as if only it gave us a stack trace. But I suspect it's in text.parse. I doubt it would be. Actually, no, here, let's do this simple text. logger dot fixbooks or logger info part 1. Although, albeit the fact that this didn't work exactly the way, or the fact that the cancellation didn't work, doesn't really bode well for me. Actually, let's read the description of this. Oh, it doesn't have a description. Of course it doesn't. And it's callback returnable, which is mixin. Okay, let me go look up the documentation for the mixins. It's not on the Fabric site. It's in mixin documentation. It's their wiki page. I want their Java doc though. Can I just find it here? Wiki Java doc. Overview maybe? Which we want callback info returnable. Is there a way to search on this site? Goddamn, this looks like a stylized Java doc, but it's just incredibly index. Oh wow, that's not what I want at all. Yeah, there's no way to search this, which is annoying. I'm pretty sure the built-in Java doc tool does have a way to search generally, but callback info. Hold up. Control C that. Control paste it in. What do you mean you can't find that? Oh, we're looking for the package callback. Then yes, it would be that package. Callback info returnable. For callbacks with a non-void return type, callback is passed. Callback instead of allow the callback to interact with the method return value. Okay. Sets a return value for the callback and cancels the callback. Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. So, I think this does what I'm gonna want it to do. Just fine. No issues there. All right. So, anyhow, right. My little sanity checker here to make sure that it is in fact text.parse and not like serialization, because it could be, I guess. But considering command source, the command selector wasn't valid. I'm guessing it's text.parse. I will open up this method here. And this actually might be what we have to jack into. Or maybe not. Maybe we just write our own version. Heck. It's entirely subjective. Alright. I don't trust this book. So let's get a new one. Bam. Okay, it's still not working. I mean, it's still logging. All right, we wanted to see part 1. Okay, cool. It is the second part. It is that second part, so I was right about that. But why do I keep getting this? Callback, or the call to text JSON is not cancelable. Wait, so that's in set return value. Yeah, that is in set return value. Why? Maybe it's the wrong type? I don't know. That could definitely throw a wrench into plan. Yeah, this is the return type, which is correct in this situation. I don't know why it's not cancelable. I am all of a sudden extremely confused. So I guess we'll just not deal with the return value at the moment, but that's kind of the whole point of this, is to change the return value. If I can't do that, then what the hell am I doing? But let's try debugging this a bit, this actual error that I'm getting a lot further. So, text.parse, I believe, was it, right? Yeah, parse taking the command source, the entity, and the text itself. Hang on. This is the wrong class. Here we are. Yes, the command source, the text, the sender, and apparently how far it's willing to go, which in this case is apparently 0. It throws a command syntax exception. As long as the depth is less than 100, or if the depth is over 100, we just copy the text apparently. Otherwise, text.getContent.parse. Hold up. Source, that is sending in source, but we also have a while loop that's sending source here. So what does this do? Oh wait, this must just be the first part. Depth plus 1. Text to get siblings to get iterator, or dot iterator. Wait, this is recursive. Okay, so this is a recursive function which goes up to 100 deep. That just recursively calls itself and just appends the result to itself. So that's an interesting way of doing it. Apparently if it goes over 100, it'll just return whatever the heck the text that was sent in is. I don't know where it gets, because the eventual value is to, or when you can't go any deeper, I guess. So basically once you get to depth of 100, I guess it'll go and parse, it'll go to the parse style here. I don't think that this is specifically what we need to deal with. His text style is not an issue for what we're doing. Also, I don't think the command source is even... Oh, the command source is set down here. Oh, and this also then will go back up to here for hover events. So it is up here, I think. So I think it's going to be this text.getContent.parse method. So let's see where this brings us. The text content interface. Shit. If only we had the entire frickin' stack trace. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go. It says this should be more of a verbose logging. Print stack trace. It says I should be, it gives the warning, oh, you should probably be replaced with more robust logging. This is as robust as it needs to be. I tried just printing out, the thing itself, but it didn't print out the entire friggin' stack trace. It just printed out the, boilerplate as fuck error. And then, so, we'll try this again. And this time, I honestly, the returnable thing is a little bit, scary. Just being like, Yeah, what we may need to change might just be that it doesn't allow the selector for some reason, which is very confusing because as an unopt person, you can still do... Well, no, actually, no, you can't. I'm not entirely sure, but you can do like add S if you need a selector for something as an unopt person. That is Coolcraft. Wrong Minecraft instance. This is the one that we're using. It's like, for example, because I can /message myself. That is the exact same error, I guess, that we're tracking down. So you can't use a selector in message if you don't have operator. Very interesting. Versus if we op myself, it works. I'm not too sure what the reasoning for that is. Although realistically, Mojang could do whatever the heck they want to do to actually fix any of this stuff. Because, you know, it's not a big deal. You can do whatever. Okay. Wait, that's the entire stack trace? Huh? How is that? Okay, that's apparently the entire stack trace. I don't know how that's even possible, but apparently that just is. Right then. Oh boy. I mean, to be fair. Wait, so this is sending in the source. Okay, this is a different one because this method has 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this thing has 4 parameters versus this is sending in only 3. So the problem is this brings me to an interface, which does actually have an implementation of this, interestingly, but it's just of. It's just mutable text of itself. This is the text content interface. I don't see it able to throw an error anyway here, so I'm going to have to go look up what actually implements this interface so that I can go around checking all those, because the stack trace of the error is obviously not giving us jack shit. So keybind text content, NBT text content, plain text content, .literal, score text content, selector text content. Minecraft text. I'm guessing we can go there and see if that maybe has something to do with it, considering, I don't know, a selector seems like it'd be the right thing to look at. This one, this class, and we want to go to the method. Oh, there's not many methods. Parse. Parse. Here we go. Command syntax exception. What? You're just sending this thing back around, wait, separator. You're just sending this thing back to texts. This dot separator. What was? Oh, come on. It is just sending, everything just sends it back here. So it parses the separator. It tells you to parse the separator. Okay, it gets whatever the results of that are. And then it just joins This is not even. Brigadier exceptions. Yeah. Okay. This is not at all. I don't. Maybe this is, but I don't see where this would actually be throwing a selector exception, because I don't see it throwing anything here, unless, I mean, it gets it from text.parse, but that's literally where we just were. I can look and see if anything else in this file throws any sort of errors, and then maybe that's it, but I don't see it. So what else we got? NVT text content, perhaps. Is that in here? Yeah, it's same thing here. If only it gave me the entire freaking stack trace, that would be useful. Where's parse? Parse. Wow, this is quite big. Let's see. I'm not seeing. I am not exactly seeing command. Hold on. Anyhow, sorry about the interruption there. Still trying to figure out what the heck actually throws this sort of error. So, I mean, I'm seeing references to text.parse, which I'm pretty sure is just this method that we've... Oh no, it's this one. The top one is what it's going to. I didn't realize there were two versions of it. Yeah, no, but it just, that ends up calling this anyway, right? Just gonna make sure. Yeah. This also just ends up completely going down here. So NBT text content. Alright, so I'm not seeing this thing directly throwing the error that selector's not allowed. And I'm not entirely sure. So there's this other thing, stream data source.get, and you specifically passing that, but it's also not passing in the text content. Does data fix utils or else? Of course, it's going back to text.parse. Yeah, it's not actually doing anything, but going. Oh God, this is part of the issue sometimes with trying to figure out what's what in Minecraft. You just seem to go in a circle over and over again. It's just like this, which calls back to this method, which then does its thing by calling this method, which then goes around in a circle. I'm just incredibly confused. Actually, I have an idea. I've had an idea. Let's go create a breakpoint. Then we can stop this. Oh wait, this might not actually work because it's a mixin. But you know what? We'll try this all the same. We'll try to use the debugger to create a breakpoint and just start stepping bit by bit through the code, and we'll figure out where shit goes and what shit is doing. Because as it currently stands, I am getting more and more confused as we just go between, as it just seems to recursively loop into itself in various different ways that start making less and less and less sense, and just like we could go could try the plain text content, but I don't know if that would have anything to do with it. I guess we'll see. So, once again, we'll do this. Bugger tools. So they're down here. Step over, step into. So, doing exactly what I would expect. So, we're going to... How do I just do step into, step out, run to... Okay. Just gonna step into, which can't do anything there. All right. So, oh, hey, there's some other information out here that IntelliJ is providing us with. Wow. It's just like going to string and all this stuff, which is pretty cool. All right, so then it's going to this. We'll step into that. Okay, choose a method. Oh. Wait. So I honestly want to go into parse. Let's select this. Crap, I don't think this is the right method. Because it's just going to return mutable text. We'll keep going. So that we step into that, and it's going to be mutable text, blah, 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 blah. Content, list, new array, style empty. I somehow do not think, let's just step here. Step. Okay. Can I step into, okay, text to get something, I don't think that's going to be it. All right, let's step into this. Let's go. Whoa. Why are we back here? Did that throw the exception yet? Hold up. Oh, yeah. The server will shut down after I'm doing this because, you know, single tick taking too long, and I'm going to do stuff with debugger. So I'm guessing that that's happened. It hasn't gotten to my crash thingy yet. We can, I guess, step into... Wait, no, that's just that. Oh, step over that. Step over that. I guess pressing step over may have... Step out is what I should have used. Okay, I think we're gonna have to try this again. And then... I think that... Oh, right, it's back to here. And it's going to run through all this because I'm not able to cancel this function call for some reason. But we get a second chance is the next thing. Is a nice thing here. So, we step over that. Step into this. Step in. Step in. So, we'll go to get content. Okay, so this is the literal hello. So we're going to step out. I don't know how to say go over this. Step over that. Step over that. And then here, server. Okay, what is text to? What is text to? So that's sender. Depth. Okay, that's just, okay. Okay, text to is going to be, okay, we're going to step into this one. Step into the parse method. All right, so then into that, So let's see what we're going to parse here. So we got source, sender, text is pattern at S. Okay, this is what this is. So actually, if I click on this, so the text equals, okay, what does it get? It gets content. So it is a selector text content. Okay. So we're going to go, I guess, step into, I guess, the get content method. Oh, parse, cool. All right, here's what I guess is important for us to do. So if source is not null and this dots and the selector itself is not null. All right, actually, this is my first time really actually using the debug tools in IntelliJ. So perhaps I'm maybe a little excited that this is working here and actually being able to figure this stuff out. Sorry if I'm hunching over, I'm just going real close into the screen so I can make sure I got some. Oh, God dang, my green screens. Yeah. Yeah. Screw you, green screen. Okay, so if this dot selector, what is selector? What is this dot selector? Selector is entity selector, which upon the creation of this, it reads the selection of whatever the string pattern is. What is read selector? That's this method here. New entity selector string reader. Okay, well that probably does that. Anyhow, so we'll see if what it returns here, but I'm imagining we're going to go into something here. So this should be pretty simple. So we step in there. So, okay, so we go back to text.parse with whatever the separator here is, right? Actually, so let's go in here. Goes to that. We step into that, which goes back to here. Okay, so then this this dot selector get entities. Duh. Step in to get entities. All right. I don't see it throwing anything in here, but we are getting closer. So we're gonna okay, so we get unified entities using the source, turn that into a stream, and then we filter that by entity get type. Well, let's see. Step into further. Okay. Wants to know what I want to step into. Do I want to do what it's thinking I want to do, which is just step into this lambda expression? Or do I want to step into something else, like get unify or get the unfiltered entities? Wait. Oh yeah, no, all this does, I think, is it gets a list of every single entity, because source is just the server command source. Is enabled. What is get enabled features? Hang on, I need to go look at server command source. Return has permission level. Maybe we'll see what that means. Get player, man. Get player, get rotation, get server. Wait, what was it that I needed to look for again? Enabled features. Send chat message. What the heck? I was not expecting that. Send feedback. Send to op. Enabled features. Turn this world to get any. I suppose I could have just. Okay, so that's a save properties thing. Okay, so like, what would that be? If like all things are out. Okay, well. Anyhow, so what is this? This is just going to give us a list of entities that work with the server based off of the server command source, I want to say. So I don't know what command syntax exception. We're in the entity selector right now. So hold up. We were in the at this, so it gets entities, which calls, you know, we're just going to go through get unfiltered entities. Because I realize this might actually have, because this is an entity selector, it might have some stuff in it. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Check source permissions. Bingo. This might be what we need. Okay. This that user at uses. What the? Okay, that's true. Whatever that is true right now. And not source.hat. There it is. We found the issue, people! Woo! It only took me an hour and 16 minutes to find where the actual issue was getting. So this method here looks to be what is responsible for the entirety of this book issue. Because this, if you don't have a permission level of 2, you're not allowed, or so a function permission level of 2, which actually, I think I can show that off a little bit here in server.properties. Hello, is it gonna load? There it is. Where is it? Opt permission level. So that's what this is referring to. So by default, 4 is what the opt permission level is. So I don't think there's actually any in-game way to change this number for anyone at all, actually. But by default, when you opt someone, you give them permission level 4. Now, the way Minecraft commands work is that there's various permission levels for. There are 4 levels that you can have. I think 0 is technically a level, but I don't think there's anything specifically at 0. I believe either 0 or 1, because one of those two has only one command and the other one has nothing, has the say command, and then nothing else. Most commands in Minecraft exist at a permission level of 2. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say yes, this timed out. Most commands have a permission level 2, so that's your give, fill, game mode, all that stuff. That's a permission level of 2. Permission level of 3, I believe, is a moderation level, so that kick, ban IP shit, all that goes there. And then permission level 4 is like flat out server management, so save on, save off, stop. That's a permission level of 4. I believe by default, the functions in Minecraft have a permission level of 2. Is that in this file, or is that just a game rule which is somewhere else? I don't know. Here, function permission level 2. Yeah. So you can't, unfortunately, by default, you cannot make a data pack that bans players off your server. But if you change this number, you could. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but hey, if you can make a vanilla anti-cheat data pack, cool, I guess. False ban everyone, including the operators, though. You have no way of checking if someone's operator. But back to this. This here is the entire reason why we have issues. So the server command source that we are operating with here does not have a permission level 2, and therefore this method returns false. Wow. So I mean, the simple solution here could just be make it so that like anyone, regardless, so that this level just or that this method just wait, this is a void. The only failsafe this thing has is to throw an error. Holy crap. Oh, okay. Can quickly go look at this. Level equals 0. Okay, 0 is not up. So level 1 has like literally just the say command. Wow, this thing has a lot of references in it. Let's see, it's got the name of the player. It's just a string. Wait, what does this as? It is literally just a string. It's got all the display name values. It's got whether or not the entity is silent. Wait, what? Silent. Don't know what that means. So, yeah, the simple solution, I guess, would be to make sure it would just be allow everyone, so basically change this to just be return true. Well, uses that. I'm not sure what this is. But the simple solution would just be make this so that it's like, hey, well, actually, yes, you don't need to have function permission level 2 in order to actually use this stuff. I think I'll try that first, because everything else that I could possibly do would be in a very high amount of effort. Because it would basically involve me re-implementing a bunch of these function or methods that I've been going through here, and somehow adding some sort of telltale check to see, are we trying to load a book? So anyhow, let's run this to cursor, which should just crash the server. Yep, there we go. There we go. So, okay, the good news here is that this mixin, no, that's not the mixin. Which one is the mixin? Holy crap. Oh, it's this one. So this mixin, we probably do not need to actually do anything with. I'm just gonna keep it here because this will actually tell me when this tells me when the error starts. But we do not need to have this here for what we're about to do. So actually, hang on. Now that I have that plugin working, can I? Is there anything from the Minecraft development plugin that allows me to go in here? Let's say make mix in here. Okay. Well, I don't think there is. All right. Well, I'm going to go for, and I'm going to look up in the Minecraft documentation this method, which is check source permissions. Because I'm at least assuming that if you're running a command otherwise in other places, it would probably have another check besides the entity selector class, whether or not you're allowed to run it. Because I feel like it should be, without having an operator level in general, I don't think it's really possible to actually do anything with the selector that's bad. I mean, perhaps as a server owner, you just don't want anyone to be able to just message the entire server at once, or whoever the nearest few players are. Perhaps that's a thing, but I don't really see that as an issue. To be fair, if you do find that as an issue, I would probably suggest have a plugin or another mod on your server which, explicitly prevents that, because, well, to be fair, if someone wanted to, they could just have some other client-side way of manually doing these things. So anyhow, check source permissions. That's the method that I'm going for here. Check source permissions, which doesn't, it's a void type. So entity selector mixin. So mixin from entity selector.class. So we're gonna go at inject method equals this thing, at equals at head. So protected void check source permission. It's going to take a server command source and a callback info CI. It's a void after all, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're just going to go CI dot cancel. Hopefully it's cancelable. Otherwise, it's going to make this a lot harder of a thing to do. If it isn't, then I have absolutely no idea how we're going to actually end up doing this, because... Ow. Yeah, I don't know how I'd do this because, ow, that'd be painful. Alright. And then, of course, next thing I have to do is I have to put this mixin on the list of mixins. Wrong punctuation mark. Alright, and then just make sure I'm still not debugging. Okay, I'm not debugging that still. Alright. Now we just check by opening a book, see if I fixed it. And then this mixin can end up going bye-bye because it's not actually necessary. Thank goodness I didn't have to... Oh, by the way, you might be able to hear stuff going by outside. The window's open because despite the fact that it is, like freezing outside, it is still needing to be cooler in here. I do have a whole computer, after all. Anyhow. Whoop. So just to make sure I'm not opt. Not good. I cannot access this command block. Oh wait, that's because I'm not opt. Haha. I broke it. Guys, don't worry. I just completely broke it. You know, everything's fine. Apart from the fact that I broke it. How? How did I break it? I guess this is something. What? I don't even have the book now. Okay, hold up. I'm just gonna op at A. I can't do that either because I broke selectors entirely. So I have to manually operate or manually copy paste the command to make myself an operator on my own dang server. Oh, hello, skeleton. At least I made that so that it just... No, okay, well. Oh! What? That was confusing. Anyhow, let's see. As an operator, does... Okay, that's still broken, which is unfortunate. Oh, let's drop that. Okay, right. Any selector, including just my name. The call... Oh! I didn't know it would do this. Why is it not cancelable? I am now very confused about how I'm supposed to prevent this from calling back. How? I think I need to do some Googling here. And I guess just because it cancels 100% of the time. Well, okay, I'm not too well versed in the ways of mixins, so... maybe I'm just not... So let me look at the inject... injection is the package. Cool. Wait, what is it? What's the sub package? I don't know. It's just mix and injection. Hold up. So maybe injection. There it is. Injection point. Num some annotation. Here we go. So is there any way to inject at error by the chance? Named argument. Invoke string, invoke assign, field, and new. Head, return, tail, invoke. Invoke assign, field, new, invoke string, jump, constant. See the Java doc for each of these on Man, I'm just... With how this stuff works, I am just so confused. So, invoke. Let's see this. Invoke static. Well, unfortunately, the method that we are now trying to inject into, I don't think this is static. Oh god, we were so close. Yeah, it's not static for once. Matching. Accepts the following parameters. That like all this class matches the things itself. Putting the injection point immediately before access is in question. Use @shift specifier to adjust the matched opcode as necessary. Yeah, so my main thing is I need to prevent this whole thing from running, but I don't know why I'm not allowed to cancel this stuff. Okay. Because I know what the head is. Does return get called even if it throws an exception? Every return will be returned except for exception throws. To specify a particular return with the okay. I don't think return matches exceptions, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, the whole thing here is I need to prevent this from doing exceptions. Or I need to prevent it from doing this. I mean, I don't know what uses at. And, that is, but I mean, the has permission thing is obviously something that is changeable. I mean... Oh, I could just scroll down to find all these different things, can't I? Okay, hold up. Should I just Google? I'm not entirely sure if I should just be Googling here. So, okay, so I need to make this, basically make this not run. And I would think the way to do that would just be to, you know, do the mix in here and then just cancel it. Because I think that's how you get the actual underlying method to not run, I believe. This is what cancel does. Actually, I could go look at the callback info in the, or callback info. So injection callback. Space for things that can be canceled. The class is responsible for generating the bytecode for injection calls. Okay, how do I cancel something that is not marked as cancelable? And how do I know if something's marked as cancelable? Callback info instances are passed to callbacks in order to provide information and handling opportunities to the callback to interact with the callback itself. For example, by allowing the callback to be canceled and return from the method permanently. But how do I do that? Implementers may throw in event cancellation if the object is not cancelable. But how do I get ID? Gets the ID of the injector, which define the callback. Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps I should just Google this or look it up with an AI. So okay, so mixin stuck execution method if not I don't even know it. CANCLEABLE. Cancelable. Any way for yeah, okay, this might be. Any way for Mixin to remove a method call. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Value at nor GC. Okay. When it was a particular method, there's no way to just target all of them without needing to specify. Here's a let's see, just there's the array method targeter. It's possible to redirect the same method called in multiple instances. Maybe, okay, so perhaps I should be using invoke, maybe. Or no. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm still there. Because like I feel this should work. I don't know why it's not cancelable. Go to the inject target. Inferred, obtained. Yeah, inferred annotations available, full signature. Okay, this is the point where I'm getting absurdly confused. Alright, then that's not. Let's see. Inject cancelable. Injects code into the target method if cancel was called. Returns. Injecting on constructors, you can only inject on tail or return. Wow, this is quite Oh, can I just say that? Is that something I can just say? Can I just put that there and that fixes everything? Let's see if that changes stuff, because if that... Yeah, so if this just works, that is a really dumb way of doing stuff. But I guess that'd be like, I don't know, I guess that'd be working. That's what this, at least that's what this thing here I'm seeing, I think is on a GitHub page. What project is this on? Mixin cheat sheet is what this is called. Interesting. I mean, if I can't figure this out, I guess after stream I could just go like ask on the Fabric Discord server, like, hey, trying to cancel a method call, or I need to be able to, you know, return something, whatever, but it's always saying not cancelable or whatever. How do I make it so that stuff is cancelable? All right. Oh, hey, that fixed it. Am I opt? I am opt right now. So, I can't, okay. Here's the thing. That was actually, I just can't believe that was it. I just had to say that it was cancelable. De-up myself. It works! We fixed it, guys! Wow! That was a lot more effort than it should have been, especially just to like get this thing to be able to be canceled. Okay, I will just copy this over to this, even if it's not necessary anymore, because actually I'm gonna just disable this. But oh, okay. Well, actually, so I could just uncomment this and then stop and rerun this. So hold on, I'm gonna do that. And then this won't give me an error because I said it can be canceled. Is that really all I had to do? Because that seems like a very, very dumb thing. Like, that's the barrier. You can only cancel it if you explicitly tell it to cancel. Yes, you were the one who had to like write out the call to whatever canceled it. But yeah, that's not, but no, they didn't know that you would want to have a cancel. I'm now just incredibly confused. Why is the purpose of that? Like, if there's just something that prevents a method outright from being cancelable, then sure, by all means. It just works, guys. It just works. Of course, I will actually delete this mixin because it does literally nothing now. It just implements what was already there. It changes it slightly. But just to, yep, not opt. So I could just message myself saying hi. I mean, the say command is not obviously really incomplete. Say hi. Unknown or incomplete syntax. I mean, I'm already in creative mode, but yeah, it doesn't particularly like that much. So I don't know what the whole purpose of the op or the entity selector being only available to people who have operator permissions. That seems rather odd of a thing to me. Like, why? Oh, there's a beehive over here. Interesting. But like, why would that be like the way it is? Why would you need operator permissions in order to use the selector? Because like the only situation when someone who doesn't have operator permissions could actually end up using a selector is in the message command, because that's like all you really have access to. Well, okay. Wait, you what? Wait, slash list. Huh. I had no idea that that was a thing. But yes. Let's see. What commands do you have? You have the roleplay command, which I don't know why slash me is a thing. I remember when I first saw this being used by someone, I was so confused. Anyhow, I don't know why this thing. Help obviously doesn't have it. List only has UI. Message is what we've been using. Tell is just an alias for message. W is also just an alias for message. I don't know why slash W is a thing. Tell makes sense, because there's, if you're opt, there's tell raw. Random. Oh right, slash. I forgot this was a thing. Oh, they added this specifically. Random roll. What? Oh, 0 to 6. Nope. Yeah, random value, or so let's say, what if I want to random value from 0 to 64? I don't remember what the difference between roll and value are. Anyhow, that's a nice little RNG command. Team message, which TM, which is an alias for T messages, and trigger, which is a thing already, just for objectives. Slash team message. Oh right, oh you must be on a team in order to message. Yeah, team message only message team. So yeah, the only situation when you could actually be using an entity selector as a non-operator is in the message command. And I don't know if it's you don't want to slash message all entities. Oh, that only players are affected by this, yeah. So just message a random player. Well, that's gonna be me. Actually, I believe with at R you can actually put like type equals pig. I said no, at one point you could do that. Anyhow, wow, this has gone off the rails a bit. Yeah, I remember at one point you could use at R to like select a random entity instead of just a random player. Anyhow, yeah, that's well, that's that. I have now fixed the bug that was there. I also, I guess, changed that. I would be interested to know what Mojang's reasoning for having the entity selector only available to operators is, but the only thing I can see that it actually does is it really just breaks the selectors used in books. It doesn't actually like really change anything from what it doesn't really fix anything from my point of view, because the only thing that I can see that you could do with an entity selector as a non-operator is the message command. And that's it. But yeah, so for me, someone who's completely inexperienced with Minecraft and was just faffing about with the effectively with just Fabric's libraries, and that's what a good chunk of the stream was. Yeah, the fact that I was just able to fix this in 1 hour and 48 minutes, and an employee at Mojang could just like remove the existence of this function from existence. I don't know, maybe it does actually get used somewhere, but that's all effectively to just make this stuff, or just add a thing that's like, hey, this is being used in a book selector, and just have that passed down everywhere. But yeah, that's so yeah, that's this mod. I mean, I could put this up for download, but I feel like I could just like put this singular class up and be like, hey, this is what you need to do to fix it. I probably should change this here. Fixed no, I was right. Book it's book. Just say fix book selectors, and that can be that. Of course, I gotta edit the mixins file here to remove the writable book mixin, because that's not existing anymore. And yeah, that is quite literally the entire extent of this mod. Basically the entire extent of the stream as well. Let's see. I mean, I could potentially make a new icon for this. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to just say like, hey, that's nice, and I will be done with that now? But yes, Mojang. I'll just be done with this now, because quite frankly, I'm happy with this, and I will probably end up using this on my server whenever I end up updating that to 1.20.4 or anything newer. Yeah, and so, you know, for that, I'm gonna say, hey Mojang, you see, this took me like only an hour, and now you know what exactly the problem is, and exactly how it could be fixed. Of course, you probably want to do something a little bit better, like figure out why. I mean, I'm sure that in the actual source code, the actual Minecraft source code, there's probably a comment on this method saying why it needs to exist, but I obviously don't have that. I'd be interested though to see at what point in the game's development was this method added in the way that it is. Because like I've said, this bug has existed since 1.9, I think. At least that's when it was reported. It could have existed from before that. And maybe it did. I don't know. But yeah. Debudging, it wasn't that hard. I don't know why. I mean, I guess there's a lot things that are a lot higher on your list of things to do. But yeah, so so yeah, I feel like that's gonna be the stream for today then. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like on the stream on your way out. Check out, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss future streams, all that stuff. Check out my game, which I'm probably going to be putting on an update to in the near future. And yeah, I will see you all in the next thing that I do, whatever it may be.